So now I go with a powder brush, just blend everything together. After setting it, when it has dried, just go in with the powder brush to make sure everything dries together. So that is it. And then now we're going to be drawing our brows. Hmm. So I'm going to be using a brow gel to draw my brows. The brow gel, a well sharpened pencil, preferably a brown pencil. So you use a brown pencil to draw your brows. Okay, sorry about that. So I'm going to be using a brow tint and these two pencils, brown and black. I'm going to sharpen them to make sure that they are well sharpened and pointed. So make sure that your pencils are always well sharpened and pointed so that it will be easy to draw your brows neatly. Okay, so I go with my spoolie brush and take some of the brow gel. I use it to draw my brows. I use it to draw the brows. If you don't have a brow gel, you can use your edge control to do this part of the brow. And use an edge control to lay your brows. So this one is just to tame the brows. So if you have bushy brows, you can use this to tame your brows, to put them in the direction that you want them. So usually I brush my brows in an upward motion and I drag them down. I drag it down in an upward motion and I drag it down. So after that, I set it with my powder. You can use your foundation to do that. Make sure you set it with your powder so that it stays put. When you done that, it's supposed to look like this. And after that, you go in with your black sharpened pencil to outline the brows. Zoom in, please. So you're supposed to start from the brow bone. This is what we call the brow bone. This part of the brow is what we call the brow bone. So you go under your brow bone and then draw under. So you are basically following the shape of your eyebrows, and then you also outline the top. Follow the shape of your brows, then draw it down. You do the same for the second brows. Follow the shape of your eyebrows. Draw it down. Go to the up part. Draw it down too. Then what you need the brown brush for, sorry, brown pencil, is to fill it in. So what you are doing is that you're just, as if you are drawing, you're just going to be doing one light strokes, light strokes, light strokes, light strokes. So just fill it in, light strokes, light strokes, fill it in, use light strokes. Then you draw a line with the brown pencil to join the black line here. And you just use light strokes here too at the front of your brows. Use light strokes. So you filled up everything. You do the same for the other brows too. Light strokes, light strokes, light strokes, light strokes. So once you've done that, you brush out your brows. So once you've made the outline for your brows, you brush them out. You brush your brows out. And then you take your angle brush to conceal, and you take the concealer that you used in the first shade, in the first, you take the concealer that you used to conceal, to blend out to make your highlight. You use the concealer to draw your under, to conceal your brows, sorry. So you start from the brow bone, you conceal from under your brow bone, and blend it out. Then you go in with your foundation shade for the inner corner. Is this zoomed in, please? Okay. And then make sure you blend everything out. So this is where our blending brush comes in. You take your smaller blending brush and just blend it out. Blend everything together. You don't need to put powder on it first. Just make sure you blend everything together first. Then you go in with the foundation shade that you use for your upper part of your brows. Oops. You have to be very careful when you're doing your brows. See now, I just cleaned a part of my brow. So what I just do, don't worry, just go back with your pencil and just draw it back. So that is that. You and then you blend that to the rest of your makeup. And then use your blending brush to blend everything together. So blend, blend, well. So make sure you just blend until you can't see those harsh lines anymore. For the other eye, so you're going to go in with concealer that you just used. And then you go to your under eye and you conceal. Oh God. You go to your under eye and conceal. Try not to block you guys with this mirror. It's best to use a small mirror when you're working on close. Then you go in with your foundation shade at the edge like this. And you blend it out well. Sorry. You just blend it out well. Can feel it in like this now because I'm seeing that the parts are not well filled in. So it's important that when you're working on your makeup and you're seeing that, oh, some parts I need to adjust it, you should adjust it because to affect the overall look of your makeup. So I'm brushing it up again, and then I get the same foundation shade that I used and use it to conceal the top part of my brows. Make sure you're very precise with it. But it's fine if you don't get it at first. You can continue trying and trying till you get it. You don't just get it in one day. So make sure you always practice brows. If you can even practice brows every day or every week, you definitely going to get better at drawing your brows. Brows. And always remember that brows are not twins. Brows are sisters. And sisters don't always look the same exactly. They have different features. So if you notice that when you draw your brows, you see that they are no longer, I mean, they're not looking so much alike, you can still conceal and conceal more to make sure that, oh, they look alike. But then they don't always have to look the same. But then they should not be too bogus or looking out of the ordinary as a normal brown should look. So that is that on brows. I just I'm just blending it out. I'm just blending it out and making sure everything rhymes with the other part of my makeup. I'd also go back with my foundation brush to tap everything together. Tap. Let it go. You can press it. So I noticed that this brow was not as concealed as the other. So I added more foundation here to conceal it. So the thing about brows is that everybody has their different ways they want their brows to be. So from this knowledge, you can just draw your brows the way you want it to be, but just always make sure that you always have a sharpened pencil and always have it in mind that brows are not twins. They are either sisters or they are cousins or they are friends or they are whatever you want to call them. So that is my brow tutorial.